Alrighty then. We have a show tonight, and things have changed a little bit, as you can see. Now we have just the one camera over here. I can woo, and then Lawrence back. Precious boy. And then over there is Zeke. Oh, over there. Car cam. Cat cam, yeah. I figured, like, realistically the second camera's not doing much on most of these shows. And the cat cam was a big hit last time, so we'll just bring it back. And if we need to do anything different, then we can, but there is also a dog in the background of the cat cam now. Originally I was going to bring one of the other cats. Also, hello and welcome everybody, how's it going? But the two brothers did not like being separated, and I knew better to try and have both of them in here, running around, jumping on stuff, fighting. So maybe that'll be for another time. We'll try that next time, maybe. But we're going to be working on the God Gundam today. The Burning Gundam. I look different today. I shaved my beard. I trimmed my beard up. That might be what it is. This is our boy that we're working on today. I love the Burning Gundam, the God Gundam. And we'll get into the lore and everything. I'm going to move my drink over. Alright, you won't be able to see that unless we, like, bring it up. But I don't know how much people actually care about seeing the instructions, so figure this will work. I feel like people would rather see Laurent than the instructions, personally. Who is invested in what I'm doing over here. He is interested. Hello, son. It is not ad time, no. Alright, we have first panel. Got stickers. You want this plastic? You want this? I set the plastic down in front of his tunnel. We'll see how he reacts to it. If he goes to eat it, I will have to claim it from him, though. I don't mind if he plays with it, but I don't want him to eat it. No, my gut says that Laurent is probably here to stay in the background of the Friday show. Oh, I'm so stoked for this build. I've only heard good things about this build, which is great after last week when we started on that SD and all I did was get furious the whole time. This plastic now too? No, don't eat it. No, that's what I was afraid of. No. You can play with it, but you can't eat it. Okay. This up here. We're starting with the backpack. All right, that's interesting. Okay. Let's do this. Also, I didn't put the green screen up behind me because if I did, you wouldn't be able to see Laurent really, and I wouldn't be able to interact with him. So, you know, I will. I feel like this will be better, ultimately, for the sake of having Laurent visible. Even if, you know, I like that logo that I spent a lot of time making look nice. D29 right here. So, hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Full Spectrum Builds. My name is Trey. Today we're working on the Burning Gundam, also known as the God Gundam. And if you've never heard that story, you may say, well, why does it have two different names? Why do you alternate the names? Well, technically, it does work today. It does work today. I need to find a GIF to change the image with, where he's flying around with a GIF, you know? But Could use the logo behind the chat. That is a great idea, Roxanne. Yeah. I feel like it might make the chat a little bit hard to read, so maybe drag it. Maybe we don't make it the full thing and we put it at the top. So I think the letters are going to make it hard to read, you know? Yeah, I think that's going to get in the way of chat. Maybe we'll just make it small and put it up there. That's what we'll do. Dun, 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 dun. It looks fine? Okay. Because of the delay, I don't know if that that looks fine is for when it was full over the chat or when it's tiny in the chat. Also, hi, Waverly. Okay, C12? Okay, this is D1. This is not C. Where is C? Gotta get used to all these colors for these, because the God Gundam is very color. Both? Well, let's try it. Let's try it full size and see how that goes. Could always change the color of the text, I suppose. But why it's called the God Gundam and the Burning Gundam is because when G Gundam was made, the original sub calls it the God Gundam. But what does it mean? Oh, we have to do both. Okay, I see. So we need 12 and 11 both. When G Gundam was made, they called it the God Gundam, right? First Gundam's the Shining Gundam. The second Gundam is the God Gundam. But when it got brought over here, and the main bad guy is known as the Devil Gundam. When it got brought over here to the West, that was not okay. Because back in those days, it was not okay to use anything that was like even remotely religious in anime. And yet somehow Bible Black worked. And so what they ultimately did is they said, hey, we'll change it to the Burning Gundam and the Dark Gundam. And personally, this is just me. Personally, I think the name Burning Gundam is way better. Like, that's a cool name for a Gundam. The Burning Gundam. But a lot of people like God Gundam more. Devil Gundam, I think, is a little too on the nose, whereas I think Dark Gundam is a better fit for it. You know? But that's just my opinion. We also need B12. Dun, 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 dun. Here it is. It is really funny, though, because most of the Gundams in G Gundam have names based on what they're doing or like what country they come from, except for Neo Japan. Although you could say, well, they called it the God Gundam because it's from Neo Japan, and I wouldn't even necessarily say you're wrong. Just that it's funny how that worked out, huh? Are the parts color-coded? No. Unfortunately not. Bless you, Z. Unfortunately not. But it should balance out well enough anyway. Then the white goes under that, right? Oh, I see. I have that backwards. Yeah, this part goes right here. Haha, that's going to look really cool. I love the way this Gundam looks, so I'm very excited for it. Dun, 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 dun. And like I said at the start of this, Just a coincidence. They had B for blue. Yeah, because the red parts are on C. Maybe C for crimson. Maybe. But I have been told by many people that this is one of the most fun kits to build. We will see how true that is. All right, next up, we need B10. And also D7. D17 and D27. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. It is very warm in here. I'm probably going to add another fan. Last summer, there was a fan that was right here and a fan that was right here. But because of the way we've moved things around, the fan that was right there has moved to over here, and that fan broke. So I'm going to have to get another fan, I'm afraid, because it is hot in here. And part of that is probably leaving the door open where you can see Zeke, but that's okay. At some point, he'll just walk in here. I did get a comment the other day that said, "Why are you keeping Zeke from us?" And I was like, all right. All right. You're sending a Trans Am gif? Okay, thank you. Secreton! Zeke? You want to say hi to the people on stream? Huh? You want to say hi to the people on stream? You want to say hi? You can come here. It's okay. No? Okay. Well, just hang out there then, I guess, buddy. So many. I'm sure there are a bunch of gifts. I guess he's camera shy today. He used to climb up in my lap during podcasts. But I guess he's camera shy now. He was young then. When we're young, we're carefree. We're not bothered by anything. We don't get embarrassed easily, you know? Now he's older. But he's older now. Go. Yeah, this is really cool the way it's designed. Where you can easily open it up. If you've never seen the show, this means nothing to you. But if you have, you're going, yeah! Erupting. Burning. This hand of mine is burning red. Its loud roar tells me to defeat you. Erupting. Burning. Finger! Be really careful about cleaning these off. I don't want to tear this blue up. This blue makes the whole thing pop. Just enough pressure to... There we go. And then there's the other one, the Shining Finger Sword, where it's like, this hand of mine burns with an awesome power! Its loud roar tells me to grasp victory! Take this, my pain... This song is not right for this. My joy and all of my sorrow! Shining Finger Sword! Go! 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 Lord is just like, yeah, Dad, you just keep doing weird stuff back there. I think it like he's at peace with it, right? When I'm making a bunch of sounds, I think he's happy. Because that's how he grew up, you know? The other day, my oldest cat, Simba, the other day I was in the kitchen. Almost said in the living room, doing the dishes. I was in the kitchen doing the dishes and was singing a song from Les Mis. And he just came and ran up to me to rub up against me. He was so happy. Now we do have a sticker. Oh no, why? Why? Why would you do this? Okay. I hate doing stickers. Alright, there's the first one. But there's also a sticker for both sides. See, at first I liked the two cameras for the sake of being able to show what we were doing. But eventually there's wound up being an overlap for every single time we use both cameras, where you could really only see me on one of the cameras anyway, and it was mainly this one. And the other one was just kind of there. I think this is a much better use for that camera, personally. That actually wasn't too bad. I got that pretty good. Let me check. Well, I have not. Yeah, that should be good. That should be good. All right. That should do just fine, sir. Thank you. Oh, hold on. Before we connect this. Gotta connect around this. Go. Yeah, I appreciate it, sir. That should work just fine. Oh, this is actually going to look really nice when it's done, isn't it? I see why people said it's their favorite kit to build. Because so far, we're pretty in-depth with it, you know? But I've not found anything frustrating. This kit's just been a lot of joy to put together so far. But we're also only 2 steps in, really. We still need A27, A32. Days blur together. Trails at Cold Steel 4. Doing good, doing good. How's Cold Steel 4 treating you, sir? Also, just a quick reminder, I'm going to keep reminding everybody as we get closer to the dates. The March the 9th through March the 17th, I will be on my honeymoon, so I will not be in town. So I will not be there for the streams. So I won't be streaming. Rundgren might decide to stream. That's up to him if he does. He does not have to at all. But if he decides to, that is his call. But we'll be taking a little bit of time off, which we haven't really done ever. So, you know, in fragments, ooh, yeah. Some good stuff that happens there. Oh, we got into the Cuphead music. Nice. I understand. I actually was just thinking about trying to start up on the East series because of how much I'm missing Falcom's writing right now. But I got too much to do. I got Hi-Fi Rush, Chained Echoes, and Octopath Traveler 2. There's Kira. Thanks, Kira. The best part is that the image stays for a while. This is not easy to trim up. If I rush for one reason only, it's real good. I haven't finished it yet because I want to get an in-progress review out for Octopath while it's still, you know, hot. While it's the big hotness. And I'm on character 5 out of 8. But I really want to go back and finish Hi-Fi Rush. Also, I don't like not finishing those levels. I like doing the levels all the way through. I don't like stopping part way to do the levels. And they're not short levels, so I normally only play it when I have the time. Corsica, I understand. I understand. Look at how cool this is. This is by far the best of the... Oh no, I just realized something terrible. These are on backwards. Okay. This is by far the best of the... Oh, let's not break them while we're trying to get them back. This is the Burning Gundam. The Burning Gundam. That's a well-timed oof. This is the best core fighter in the series, in my opinion. Alright, how are we going to do this? We are quite deep into this at this point. We shall see. Suddenly, this Cuphead music is very fitting, as I have quite the challenge here to fix this without breaking it. I just broke it. Right there. I don't see where that tiny little blue plastic piece just went either. If I can find it, I can glue it back on. But I sure did pop that right off. I'm gonna break this thing so hard trying to fix this. The worst part is I lost my part separator this week. So I got a new one. And I don't know how well it's going to work. Crossbone Core Fighter is very good. It is. CS4 slow, but 2 weeks in, you're already 50 hours. Yeah. I understand. Yeah. I figured that other camera has kind of just been chilling this whole time. Why not use it for something people would actually appreciate, you know? That is Laurent. My precious boy. My precious violent boy. I am tearing this thing to pieces trying to get it apart. I should have just cut my losses and left it. But we're too late in now. We have to fix it. I've already broken part of it. We might as well just fix it. Full-time staff? Yeah. Pretty much. Hey, Laurent. Hey. I know. I shouldn't have bothered you while you were trying to clean yourself. I'm sorry. Ow. Oh, shiny finger moment spin coming my way. I appreciate that. The worst part is I don't think we're fixing this. I think it might be too late. I think I broke this for nothing. All right, well, we're just going to move on. This is what we got now. This is what we got now. I broke it for nothing and wasted like 8 minutes. Okay. Gives it character. Yeah. Every time you build a Gundam, you know, you might make mistakes. We're doing it live. And when you do, it makes it your special version of it, you know? No one else will have my burning Gundam. The funny thing is, when that happens in like 40K models, I'm super fine with it. Because I'm like, yeah, you know, it gives it character. It's my own personal model. Nobody else will be like that at all. But when it happens to my Gunpla, I'm like, no, it needs to be so accurate. Yeah, unless they do it on purpose to try to mimic it. That's true. That really hurt, buddy. You got me good. Why are you so mean to me? No, don't now. Stop. He's mad now. He's mad at me now. Sorry, I got distracted. My cat is a tsundere. A little bit. Rugrat is very violent as a cat. Oh, yeah, that was the perfect name change, Tuesday. Hey, stop it! You just knocked down the Bawu! I know you're mad at me. I'm sorry, I won't do it again. Leave my Bawu alone. I'm watching you now. I will kick you out. I feel like this show's just going to turn into people wanting to see Laurent do stuff. And that's okay if it does. I am a little aggravated that he knocked over my Bawu. No! Stop it! No! No. Not the Tryon 3. Wait, Redeems for him to do tricks? I wish. I don't know if you can tell, but he doesn't really listen to me. He kind of just does what he wants. Whenever he wants. When we put him in the living room with the other cats, I was like, or with my other cat, Simba, I was like, yeah, Simba's going to keep him in line. Because I lost my boy Silas, one of my cats, a few months ago. And he does tolerate me. And so then I moved Laurent into the living room because I was like, well, Silas is going to need a friend, you know? Tell me I didn't do it again. There's another part that's supposed to go there? Really? What? Oh, come on now. And so I put him in the living room with him because I was like, you know, he doesn't need to be alone. He'll be happy with a new friend to play with. And then Laurent won't be alone either. Laurent became the boss of the house. Laurent calls the shots. Simba just lets him do whatever he wants. Whenever Laurent comes to the food bowl, Simba just moves away. It's like, well, that was not the goal here. That was not the goal at all. So, I was saying earlier that I really liked this kit. I'm kind of aggravated with a couple of the way they do things here. The instructions don't always make it clear that you have to do one step before the other step here. Yeah, he owns this house now. He's in charge. And when the wife moved in, it seemed like it was going to be pretty clear, you know. Laurent would stay in the living room. and then everything would be fine. Except he tries to bully her too to get his way. And she loves him, you know, so she'll let him get away with stuff. I will too, though, to be honest. Oh, it is ad time. Okay. See go. No! Why did that just leave? That was... Doesn't it just slot in right here? Rail gun on the SS. Upside down so the hollow part's sticking out. Nice. The strike freedom. Look, if it makes him happy, then it's good. Why does it look like there's another piece that goes with this? Because there is. Alright, look. Look. If I have to take that apart again, why wouldn't you just separate that out into two different steps, Bernie Gundam? I love you, but come on. That's a really cool Dunkin' Donuts ad. The CS4 help ease the pain of CS3. Yeah, well, about that. It will eventually. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. There we go. No, CS4 is very good. But it does take a little bit before it gets to the... You know, things are getting better times. Don't break, please. He realized after building the whole thing, oh no. That's okay. Again, it just makes it unique. Come on, why are you not... There we go. Okay. I feel like there really shouldn't be this giant gap in the middle, but... I like donuts. I could go for a donut right now. It would ruin my diet, but... What do you think, buddy? You want a donut? No? Okay. Yeah. It's got some incredible moments. I was much the same way. I'd been waiting for it since I started playing. I did a first impressions on Cold Steel 4, not knowing anything about the rest of the series. Just started it up, right? And then after starting up that video, I was like, man, this is kind of cool, actually. I want to go back and try it. I want to go back and play the series. And I started Trails in the Sky, first chapter, and met a character that was in that opening cutscene to Cold Steel 4 and was immediately just like, all right, yep. If characters are important all the way through, then I should play it all the way through. You want a donut too? I understand. And I had people get mad at me at the time because they were like, but the opening to CS4 spoils so much stuff. It's not going to be the same as if you'd played it all the way through. I was like, well, first off, I can't unknow what I already know. You know, I can't just like change what I know. But just because I know something happens somewhere in the future doesn't mean that it's going to stop me from enjoying it in the present. And maybe I will forget by the time I get there, which is the closest thing to unknowing something, right? I did not forget, but it also did not stop me from enjoying it. Exactly, yeah, I don't know the full context, so how could it how could it stop me from enjoying it? Oh, before we put this on here, there's a sticker, and I know what this is now. This is the hatch. Yeah. Why does it say there's a Swiss roll guy as opposed to donuts? Swiss rolls aren't very good. Of course, if we're talking like Little Debbie's, there's not really a bad Little Debbie. There are some I don't like as much as I like others, but there's not really a bad one. Yeah, that's what I thought. There's supposed to be gold around all that. There's no gold stickers here to go around that. I guess we just leave it as is. That's unfortunate. There's a whole bunch of room down here at the bottom that could have the gold stickers. Much as I don't like applying stickers, it'd be nice to have the gold around there. Cosmic Brownies rise up. Yeah. I know I haven't really talked about the lore of G Gundam very much. We're going to be getting to it rather soon. In a few months. For the channel, and I don't really want to spoil it for Rundgren. I don't know if he's watching or not. So I'm trying to be vague. But I like G Gundam. G Gundam's very good. Victory. Zebra cakes are very good. I love zebra cakes. There we go.
I am a Gundam.
I am a Gundam. And then this part slots in right here. Yeah, and then it can open up. Oh, all right. And then it can open up to reveal the core. He's not watching but can hear. Okay. I will refrain from talking too many spoilers. I am not sure how this is supposed to... Oh, that's cool. All right, I'm going to pull that back out so you can see. So just like in the show, core fighter flies up, hits, and turns. Bam. That's cool. That's cool. I see why people love building this thing. But from discussing games to snack cakes, yeah. Heck yeah. That's awesome. Also, snack cakes are awesome. So, Nutty Buddy bars. Also top tier. That might be a fun tier list to do at some point. Also top tier. I have heard them called Nutter Butters all my life, and that's an unfortunate phrasing in some ways. All right, we need A3. Yeah, they're very, very good. My favorite thing about this new playlist is how many more Trail songs are in it. And there's songs from other stuff too. You know, it's not just Trails. But I wanted to wait until you were further in the series, Blunt Alibi, before I added a bunch of the new songs. And so now there's songs from all the games in there. On Brad. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like those characters a lot. Bring over a bunch of... Look, that's not a bad idea, honestly. That's not a bad idea at all. We might make enough back from the video to pay for it, honestly. And if not, we got to eat a bunch of Little Debbie treats, so what's the problem? I'm gonna... I'm gonna slot that back in my mind. D129, D130. AC130 coming in. Be an awesome stream video. It's definitely on the list now of things we need to do at some point. And then whatever's left from the video, we split. Each of us take half. That way we get to take some stuff home too. Oh no. Oat milk, nice. The only thing I'm sad about with the new playlist is I had to take a bunch of the OC remix music out because a bunch of people are trying to claim that they own the OC remix music when they don't. And so, you know, if the people that made the music aren't going to get the money, then I'm not going to let just random people have the money for it either. You get a cola one too? Dip it Oreo style? Nice. To duel over one snack cake? Well, you know, you never know which opinions we might wind up having. Could be that after eating a honey bun again, I don't like it as much as I did. Probably not true. I love honey buns. There we go. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. How obvious is the broken part? It's really not that obvious. If you didn't know to look for it, you probably wouldn't see it. But if you know to look for it, you see it's there. The hunger in Hunger Games. Dun, 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 dun. We're making good progress on this boy, too. Dun, 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 dun. Next up is the head. Let's Voltron this, and I'll form the head. Dynatherms are open. Mega thrusters are go. Honey buns were all you ate when you were small. Honey buns are very good. Trying to see how much of this how much of this is on there. Not much, but there's still some, so we'll cut it right there. How'd you come back, Zeke? You want to say hi? You can come in here and say hi if you want, unless you're scared of Laurent. If you are, I understand. I understand if you're scared of Laurent. I'm kind of scared of him too, deep down. Love you, buddy. Have I seen the new Gridman? I have not yet seen the new Gridman trailer. I haven't. This is a flaw of mine. I haven't seen the new Gridman show yet either. But I know some of the story because of Super Robot Wars 30. But I really should watch the show. It's peak. I love OG Gridman. Trying to remember the what is the subtitle? It's Shodenji Battler Gridman, I think. The old Toku show. Last recent one, yeah. Honey buns are good. Okay. Not the last recent one. I understand. I've heard good things about it. It and the new Dynazamon. I really need to start budgeting my time better, which really just means spending less time on the two MMOs that I'm playing, so that I have more time to watch like older Toku and anime, so I can make more videos on that. Anime stuff is so popular right now too. It's just kind of always been. Like, this is the time to be making anime videos, and I'm just not doing it because I'm reading manga instead. I am 300 chapters behind Marshall Peak from being caught up, and new chapters come out all the time for it. I am almost there. I am dedicated to catching up on Marshall Peak and being at point on it. And it's not going to matter because nobody knows what Marshall Peak is, and they're not going to watch that video, but it'll matter to me. Trailer look like a direct continuation. Nice. Not into Ultraman shows, but Gridman grabbed you? Nice, man. I love Ultraman, but I understand why anybody might not love Ultraman, right? It's very different from Kamen Rider and Super Sentai. I had to go pick the wife up from work today because she had a pretty bad migraine. And I had my siblings with me, so we stopped in to the local game shop. I am struggling with these stickers. Just to look around for a minute, you know, while we were waiting for her to be able to leave. And we passed their figure section, and they had a Power Rangers Super Mega Force Red, and I was just immediately like, oh look, Gokai Red. And the kids were like, what? I was like, yeah, that's right. They don't know them as Gokaigers. They know them as Power Rangers. They also had a Dino there. They had a Dino figure. And I live in a very small town, but the neighboring town it's okay size-wise. It's not huge. But the fact that there's somebody there that's selling their Kamen Rider figures is really hype to me. Because there's a Momotaros back there. Don't know how well you can see it. Next to the Turn A Gundam. I love Kamen Rider Dino. I've got my own little Dino keychain right here. Just like, wow, all right. Okay. I didn't buy it, just to be clear. Otherwise, I'd be showing it off right now. I'm broke right now. I spent money I didn't have to get Octopath Traveler 2. So, I mean, if you just like go watch the Octopath Traveler 2 first impressions, and then maybe, when the review in progress goes out, if you want to watch those and share those videos, that'd be cool. That's all I'm saying. That'd be kind of nice. So, for what it's worth, this one is completely disconnected from the first one. They have basically nothing to do with each other as far as I can tell. But it is very good so far. I understand. I understand. I understand. Okay, so we got this little clip here. And somehow this goes into that. I don't fully understand how. Yeah, is it really a spoiler if it's... There are things that I think absolutely are spoilers, right? But just, if you don't tell me it's a spoiler, I didn't realize it was, you know? How does this go? What? It can't go like that, though. The way it's designed doesn't work that way. What do you mean, instruction manual? Okay. Got it, finally. I was about to lose my mind over here. Not that I ever really had one to begin with, but, you know. Oh, there's stickers that got to go in there, too. Okay, we'll put them on in just a second. Let's put this piece on here first. Yeah, now I know to expect something. That's why I'm always really careful with Rundgren when we're talking about episodes coming up, and I know something big's coming. I'll be like, we're getting to a good part, or I'm excited for how you feel about some cool stuff coming. But I never go like, I'm excited to see how you feel about this character. Because that just tells him, hey, something big is happening with that character soon, you know? I was prepared when we got to Zeta to be really careful with him about Quattro Bagina. And then it was like, yeah, no, he got it immediately. It's super obvious who Quattro Bagina is. And I was like, oh, thank goodness I don't have to hide it. I still tried to play along for a little bit, and then it was like, yeah, there's no point. There's no point. That's the first sticker. Dun, 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 dun. But Rundgren's also like pretty savvy when it comes to tropes. So normally he'll pick up on something that a show's trying to do really quick. Which makes it really easy to watch stuff with him. Because the only thing I really have to make sure he knows is the stuff that Tomino did not make clear in the show. That none of us knew when we were first watching it. Yeah, there's the head. They dance around spoilers for later stuff? Yeah. I've had some people tell me, ooh, you're in the comment section for reviews. Ooh, you're gonna really be excited for what's gonna come up in Hajimari in Reverie. Especially because you like this character. It's like, all right, look, you don't have to say that. It's now I know something happens to that character there. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. I don't know. Or like just the other day, there was somebody in the Guild Wars stuff, because I've been doing the story for Guild Wars, that made a comment of like, but you didn't talk about this and how it affects this and like what it means for this thing. It's like, yeah, because I didn't know it meant that for that thing. That the game doesn't tell me that yet. I said, it's probably a context thing where you know about it from later, and so you're reacting to it now and realizing that's how it works in hindsight. But I didn't know that. I just assumed it was this. But that's also like the negative part of if you talk about stuff on YouTube, but you haven't seen all of it yet, somebody's going to spoil something for you. That's just, at the end of the day, that's just how it is. Because some people don't realize they're spoiling things. Some people don't care. You know? It is. It's tough, but it is what it is, you know? I've gotten to the point where I kind of don't care about spoilers anymore. I used to really care about them. Now I kind of just don't care. Like, I wish you hadn't told me that, but oh well. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, tiny ladybug. I'm trying to build. It's like, oh, did you know this character dies? It's like, no, I didn't know that, but I guess I do now. But how do they die? I don't know that yet. Please don't tell me, you know. Starting the Fate series? Yeah. Yeah. That's such an interesting discussion, too. Because that comes up with the Trail series as well. People that start with Cold Steel 1, other people say, well, it spoils stuff for you in Zero. Like, well, yeah, I guess technically it does, but you don't know that it's going to spoil something for it. And also, if you played Zero, that spoils some stuff for Cold Steel 1. So, like, it kind of doesn't matter. But people get pretty serious about it. People get pretty serious about it. You have to do it all in the right order. Like, well, don't get me wrong. I agree. You should probably play them both in release order. But one day you give it a shot, the Fate series. I like Fate Stay Night a lot. Fate Zero's okay. Play both at the same time. Unironically, when I was looking at which one to play first, there was a Reddit thread that was, here's how you do it. You play the first 2 chapters of Zero. Then you play the first 3 chapters of Cold Steel, but you don't read any of the newspapers. Then you go back and you play the 3rd and 4th chapters of Zero. Then you go back and play the next 2 chapters of Cold Steel. It's like, all right, look, no, I'm not doing that. This is not an assignment that I need to do for school or work. I'm just gonna play the game, man. And it's like, really, because I get it, right? The people that made the game expect you to already know what happens in Zero in Cold Steel. So they're not hiding it. That's how a series works, right? But is it really a spoiler if you find it out in Cold Steel before you get to see it played? When I'm being very vague to avoid what the thing is. But the moment when you find it out in Cold Steel 1, it's a very serious moment. And it's just as impactful, in my opinion, as the moment you find it out in Cold Steel, or in Zero. So, like, what does it matter which one you see it in? Because it's not like they just go, hey, and then this happened in Cold Steel 1. It's like a full scene where you see it from a different perspective, and it's really good. So what does it matter if you see it there for the first time as compared to the other side? But people are people, you know? Yeah, for sure. For sure. There's no reason to make a big deal out of it, and when you make a big deal out of it, that makes it more important to people than it is. Yeah, it's such a little thing in the grand scheme of everything. But we see that the same way in Gundam, right? You have people that say, well, you can't watch Unicorn unless you've watched OG Gundam because it won't make sense. And some of you might say, well, Trey, isn't that what you're doing with Rungen right now, making him watch all of the old Gundams to watch Unicorn? Well, no, Rungen's watching the series. Like, that's a little different. He's not watching Double Zeta to watch Unicorn. He's watching Double Zeta so that Shark's Counterattack makes more sense. So we don't have to go, all right, so here's the stuff that happened that you didn't get to see because we skipped this show that makes Shark's Counterattack make sense. But if somebody wanted to watch Shark's Counterattack and not watch Double Zeta, sure, go for it, man. You might not know everything going on, but you do you. If somebody wanted to skip straight to Turn A and not get any of the references that are made, or straight to Build Fighters and not get any of the references, they can do that, you know? People make such a big deal about it. And I'm the first one to say watch in release order, but it's okay. Unless you're talking about skipping JoJo parts and then get out. No. People, there's like this weird mindset of you skip JoJo parts because they're bad, and that's just not true. They're not bad. You skip JoJo parts to read the one you want to read first, or watch the one you want to watch first. Then you go back and watch the other ones. I understand. I do not blame you. I also think, and maybe this will get me, you know, in trouble with some people on the internet, but I also think that it's 100% okay if somebody's like, hey, and you should do this, in my opinion. If somebody's like, hey, you need to watch this show because it has this thing in it and you're going to love it. And you go, all right, yeah, that sounds cool. I don't actually know if I want to watch it or not, though. So I'm going to look that clip up on YouTube. I'm not going to have any context, and I know that going in. But I'm going to look up I Am the Bone of My Sword on YouTube for Unlimited Blade Works. And I'm going to watch that clip. And if that clip is cool enough, then I'm going to watch the show. And I get it. I know that's heretical, right? Because you don't have the context of the show. But if you weren't going to watch the show anyway, why not just check out the clip and see if it's your style? If you want to watch the show anyway, then just watch the show. Don't look up the clip early. But because it is better. Unlimited Blade Works is better with context, right? Your friend's trying to get you into F14? Yeah. Look up the cool thing coming later if you have to, if it means that you'll check it out, you know? A certain scientific railgun. I still have not watched Railgun. I've been meaning to watch Railgun for years, and I still haven't watched Railgun. The heartbeat for a demon. And we're here for creating new life. I don't know which way I did the first one. Focus in for me. Come on, camera, back me up here. Release order doesn't necessarily mean chronological. Absolutely. 100%. I still stand by release order is the best way to watch a thing because it's the way that it was released, right? It's the way it was intended to be seen by the author. Unless the author comes out and goes, hey, no, this is the way it should be. In which case, like, yeah, no, you should watch it that way, you know? But otherwise, you should probably watch in release order. Or just watch what you want to watch. Life's too short. Because you get good after it. Yeah. I understand. It absolutely does get very good. It gets to the point where Endwalker itself is my favorite Final Fantasy game. But it takes a while. I get it. Anybody that doesn't want to wait, I get it. I don't blame them. Going in order is like playing TOCS. For me personally, release order is almost always going to be the way to do it. But having said that, I'm a huge hypocrite because look at how I'm watching Kamen Rider. I started with the Heisei era, which Kamen Rider is a little bit different. It's a bunch of disconnected shows that really don't have anything to do with each other other than crossover movies, most of which aren't canon anyway, you know? Trails of Cold Steel 1 to 4 without playing Sky Crossbelt, yeah. Yeah, I don't blame anybody for that. They want to play the new game, you know? And then you tell them, hey, go play 9 games. They're not going to do that. But, you know, Kamen Rider's a little bit different in that regard. In that, and Super Sentai as well. They're all technically separate. But at the same time, that does make me a little bit of a hypocrite. Because, you know, I would watch those wherever I want and not care about continuity. Because they really don't care about continuity in Kamen Rider and Sentai. But what are my thoughts on FF13? Okay. So 13, I have a strange attachment to 13. And I am not as hard on that game as a lot of people, but it does have its problems. I think that 13 has so many promising ideas and fails to capitalize on almost all of them. Hope and his arc with Snow is really interesting to me, and I wanted that to be something. I wanted it to matter. Lightning as a character, not too bad, right? I didn't dislike her very much at first, and I wound up by the end really liking her. She just kind of doesn't... Everything I love about 13 and 13.2 gets undone in 13.3, and so that just sours my whole opinion on it. Kind of like Gundam Seed with Gundam Seed Destiny. I love Seed, and then Destiny makes me kind of dislike Seed a little bit. But I love what original 13 was going for. Saz as a character was interesting. Snow as a character was pretty good. Hope as a character was really interesting. And then Vanille and Fang, that's her name, Fang, were both really cool. I liked them a lot. And then 13.2 happens, and there's time travel, and Sarah's there, and things are pretty good. Noel is an okay protagonist. I like 13.2 a lot. And then 13.3 happens, and they completely ruin Hope as a character. And it just upsets me. 13 was your first. I understand. However, as much as I love many aspects of 13, the fact that 13 is hallways for the first ever for so many hours of that is rough, you know? Miraculous Ladybug makes a lot more sense chronologically than release order. Because they wanted the show to grab you. Yeah, a couple shows do that, and I get why, but I wish they didn't. Because it makes it very confusing for people that are like, well, how did this happen? Why is this next episode going back? I thought she already had her powers. Why didn't she have them anymore? Yeah. It's like, well, no, this is technically just further back in the timeline. Well, why would they do that? Because they wanted to? I mean, I don't know, man. There's so much articulation on this kid. I really like it. I can't get this up. There we go. Yeah. I'm digging this. This kit is cool. I've made some mistakes, but this is a fun kit so far. Jump, get up, get out there. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I'm trying to think of what other ones work better chronologically than in release order. Or other series. Do, 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 do. Metal Gear. Metal Gear is one, for sure. Metal Gear is one. Chronologically, it looks way better. If you go back and play the older games, the MSX games, and you play 3 before, I love playing it in release order still, but it makes a lot more sense chronologically. Marvel chronologically, yeah, for sure. Have I seen North War yet? Not yet, but I put it on my watch list today on Crunchyroll because I was like, man, I need to watch this. MGS is so dispersed. The games are all very different. I don't think it'll hurt your experience with them at all to play them chronologically because they're all gonna be so different. The only way it would stop people is if they had to have the new hotness. But otherwise, yeah, those games should probably be played chronologically instead of release order. Had a crush on a girl named Sarah while playing 13? Hey man, that just meant you were right there with Snow, huh? The blessing and a curse. It is, because some of those games are really good, and some of those games... Look, Metal Gear 2 is rough. Metal Gear 2 has some really cool moments, but it's also got some really rough moments. Not Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear 2. Hey, what's that guy's name? The guy's name that we're after right now? Oh, it's Hot Cold Man? His name's Hot Cold Man? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I love Hot Cold Man. I love Tomino names. And sometimes Kojima uses Tomino names, but I'm just saying. What is that name? All right, 8 and 7. I figure we're going to get the shoulders on there and the arms put on, and we'll probably stop there today once we have all that done. Because that'll get us halfway done with the page. So that, here, I'll show it. That'll get us halfway done with the page if we get to right here. Right here, right now. And then we'll have the other half of the page to go. And then just the weapons next week. 100%. 100%. And they gave us Metal Gear Survive. Also, they're sitting on Metal Gear Rising as a franchise and have done nothing with it despite it getting legendary meme status. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. What is the character's name that Kojima named him in Death Stranding? Who's got a name kind of like Hot Coldman? I can't remember it right now, but it's something. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up real quick, chat. I have to. The scenery of 13? Yeah, I understand. The scenery of 13 is very good. What is this guy's name? Death Stranding mask guy. It's Die Hard Man. His name is Die Hard Man. I love Kojima. Who of us can question Kojima's greatness? So the best part about that to me is that, like, which sticker is this? I also love Yoshiyuki Tomino's names for characters. Tomino, anybody who doesn't know, Tomino is the main author for the Gundam franchise, right? He also wrote Aura Battler Dunbine, which has some incredible names. That really makes that pop. That looks really good, actually. Like Marvel Frozen. OG Gundam has Job John.
Blame this on the misfortune of your birth.
Yep. Thank you, Shar. Thank you. And the main bad guy of Aura Battler Dunbine, nice, the Zeiss theme, is named Shot Weapon. That's his name. We're going to go ahead and make both these arms at the same time. Because we can. And hopefully we don't mix anything up. At least you're not terrified of Gundam anymore. That's good. That's good. Trying to think of what, like, the weirdest... Oh! There's a character in 00 that's called Fats Goodman. Dun, 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 dun. I really need to replay through. I know I have too many other things to play. I really need to replay through Trails in the Sky. Those games are just so special to me. Trails in the Sky, first chapter's great. Second chapter is one of my 5 favorite games of all time. And third chapter, which is not called... It's not the same as the others, but it's wonderful all the same. Beautiful, beautiful game. Dun, 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 dun. I moved over too far trying to get that sticker right. I'm sorry. There you go. Now you can see again. Ha! Double O's your fave. Is Laurent violent in his sleep? Well, no, that's the only time that he's nice. But I knew if I told you he was nice in his sleep, you probably wouldn't believe me, so I had to show you. He also will cuddle up in my arms sometimes for a little while. For a very short amount of time. And then after that, he goes back to being vicious with me again. And I do this thing with him called the Banana Slamma, where I pick him up. I do it with all the cats, except for Simba. I don't do it with Simba. He's too old for that. But I'll pick him up, like up here, and pull him away and pull him back, and then very lightly place him back down on whatever he was on, but make it seem like I'm going to slam him down. Like it's the WrestleMania or something. And they love it. They love it so much. I wouldn't think they would love it, but they do. And if you ask, why call it Banana Slamma? That's because I stole it wholesale from the Donkey Kong Country television show that was CG. Because DK in that show would go, Banana Slamma. Yeah, that's a blast from the past for some of y'all, isn't it? You didn't remember that show existed till I said it just now, huh? Yeah! That's right. That's right. You're welcome. D1 3. It's 3. Okay, right here. That's why you come to these streams? So I can remind you of strange cartoons. The music's taking you back? Yeah. Xenoblade 1, it's so good. Today, we use our power to fell a god. Make sure I cut enough of this off, but not too much that it doesn't fit where it's supposed to. You come here for the memes. The joy of learning.
I am a Gundam.
That's fair. That's fair. Look, that Donkey Kong TV show it wasn't good per se, but I did like it a whole lot. It had its charms. Oh no. Oh no, the sticker's coming off. Oh no, they're both coming off. The friends we made along the way. There we go. No, that Donkey Kong TV show, it had its charms. Such as the really weird animation, or how whoever was animating Candy Kong definitely tried to make her sexy for no reason. Well, there was a reason, but it wasn't the reason that the rest of us would have expected. Or maybe it is. I don't know. I can't speak for you. That too. All right, we got the shoulders. Now we just need the upper arms to connect in. For that, we need a couple more parts. D2 1 and 2 and D1 1 and 2. There's no recollection of that, and for once you're glad. Yeah, but be careful Googling it later if you decide you have to know. Transom! I have not changed the GIF yet. I will do that after stream. Even when I change it, it won't work for a little bit. So, I haven't changed it yet. There's some things you don't risk Googling. I understand. That's one of them. Look, I tried to Google Renamon sometime back because I was doing like a Twitter thread talking about some of my favorite Digimon. That was a mistake. You should not Google Renamon. I mean, I guess if you're a furry, you should Google Renamon, but that'd be about it. Or Vaporeon. Yeah, that's a shame, too, because I like Vaporeon, but... Nope, not anymore. Dun, 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 dun. Also, speaking of Xenoblade 1, I don't know if you have seen the announcement of the DLC for Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Blood Alibi, but there is some cool Xenoblade 1 theming there, and I'll put it that way for the sake of being vague.
Blame this on the misfortune of your birth.
Yes. Thank you, Shar. Thank you. There's a GIF I want to use for that, but I can't use it yet because it's from Char's counterattack. So we have to wait. But once Rundgren's seen Char's counterattack, then we can use that GIF. Okay, so this part goes like that. And this part goes like that. There we go. Okay. And then it sockets in right there. That's an arm. This part goes like that. That. Right there, that's an arm. Still need 2 and 3. Yeah, I understand. Look. My personal ranking is Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Xenoblade Chronicles 1, Xenoblade Chronicles X. And I love Xenoblade Chronicles 1. I just love 2 and 3 more. And that is blasphemy for some people, but it's the truth of the matter. I moved the camera. A20 and A2019. All right, A20 and A18. Yeah, it's... Oh, man. Should say points, but you can't. I understand. What makes Xenoblade Chronicle 1 so strong of a game to me is how good the plot is. It's well written. The characters are well realized. Even if characters like Charlotte don't get to do a lot towards the end of the story, you know? The characters feel good. They're strong characters. Not just like combat strength, but like as in characterization as well. And none of them feel like they're just worthless or useless. But the main plot is really solid. The reveal at the end is great. The combat's good. The music's amazing. The world is amazing. And for me personally, the second game does almost all of that better. I like the world more in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And I like the world even more in Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I like the characters more in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And I like the characters even more in Xenoblade Chronicles 3. So, like, towards the end of Xenoblade Chronicles 1, Ricky and Charla kind of don't matter story-wise anymore, right? It's mostly just Ryan, Shulk, Dunban, and the other character, right? And the other character, Melia and the other character. But in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, everybody is important right up until the end. And in Xenoblade Chronicles 3, those characters are so good. The problem that 3 has is that Xenoblade Chronicles 1 has an incredible main villain, right? Xenoblade Chronicles 1 has an incredible main villain. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 has one of my favorite characters, like villain-wise, in all of fiction. But Xenoblade Chronicles 3's villain is just okay. I think that's probably the weakest part of the game, is the villain. Reach out to the truth in mind. But if the other characters weren't left behind, 1 would be like a clear winner, right? But at the end of the day, 2, I think, has the better villains and does the characters better. And then, I understand. And then 3 does even better on the characters, but does worse on the villains. X, unfortunately, I think, has a much worse plot. It's not terrible, but it's nowhere near as good. But it's got skells, and you get to ride around the mechs. So, you know, there's that. All right, we got We got the arms. Now, obviously, we're going to change out the arm for something else later. But I think we got some good progress on this boy tonight. About an hour and a half. That's not too bad. What do I think of the kit so far? I think it's pretty good. I think there's definitely some problems. A couple things that I think could have probably been explained better in the instructions, especially the body and the way that goes together. But at the end of the day, it's a really strong kit so far. The way that the backpack is true to the show is really cool. The way that you can open up the chest cavity is really cool. They didn't have to do that stuff, you know? The arms don't articulate as well as I'd like for what I want to use them for the burning finger, you know? But so far, it's a really solid kit that I think does articulation better than most kits that we build on this show. We'll see how well the legs go together, but so far, it's pretty dang great. The Burning Gundam. Get that. There we go. I'm digging it. So, as a reminder, again, March. Oh, that's a perfect song to end on, Blue Destination. March the 8th through the 17th, I will be out of town for my honeymoon, so there will be no streams there. From me, anyway. If Rundgren decides to stream, that's on him. But we're taking some time off. I'm not going to say he will or won't. I'm not going to speak for him. Monday, of course, I'm going to try. Might come back with more models. Hopefully I don't just go down there and spend all my money on models. But we'll be back Monday with another episode of MO Mondays. We have some cool stuff coming up in Lotro where we're at right now. I'm really excited to see more of that. Tuesday, we'll be back with a regular podcast, as you can expect. Wednesday, Rundgren will have his assignment. He will play whatever game he's up for the vote Tuesday night. So you have to make sure you make the Tuesday night show if you want to be a part of that vote. Thursday, we'll have the TTRPG podcast. We have a couple ideas for what we're going to talk about. There's the Kira Cry, and I'm pretty excited for that. And then next Friday, of course, we will be painting our Death Guard. So hopefully you're excited to keep working on them and their grotesqueness. But until next time, thanks everybody for coming out. It's been a lot of fun. We got a lot done. And I'm looking forward to finishing this boy because he's been a lot of fun to build so far. Until next time, I've been Trey. That's been the Full Spectrum. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum that the Burning Gundam has to offer. And also Laurent, because he's here too. But he's asleep. He says bye.